ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, Renee Boxing, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent, mature fashion. Definitely, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Flash Lives. Definitely the premieres of my videos such as this. Playback family, salute. Thank you so much for commenting in the comment sections, and just definitely, being part of the community here at Renee Boxing. If you're a new listener, if you love the sport of boxing, this is definitely the place for you. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I, push content such as this and go flash live, do my flash lives, etc., right? Definitely. I want to talk about this, about, it's not just about Canelo, it's about both of these guys, okay? Frank Sanchez and Canelo Alvarez. Interesting information that, that caught my attention, and it's something that I've been pushing concerning boxing in general. This is why it caught my attention. Let me do a disclaimer real quick, just for those who are, new subscribers, new community that's been jumping in. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't do that man fan stuff, okay? I don't think a fighter is untouchable or unbeatable. Any fighter can lose. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that with fighters. I don't idolize them. I just, love the sport of boxing, and I love watching wonderful performances in rings, top-notch, A-game fighters getting it on in the ring, So I don't do that, but I do exalt qualities, as I've said it many times on this, on this channel and videos and live sessions. I exalt qualities in fighters, and this is something definitely to exalt and appreciate. And also, I've also criticized fighters, when it comes to things that should be criticized. I'll just put it like that. And I don't care what race they are. I don't care where they're from, who they are. I don't care. Boxing is global. Definitely. It's a global sport, from all nationalities, colors, creeds, what have you, so I don't do that stuff. I don't just ride for one, nation, one race, just the American fighters, Mexican fighters only, UK fighters only, it's all over the world. It's global, ladies and gentlemen. They all bring their talents into the ring, and it's a beautiful sport. So that's just a disclaimer, I guess, just so you won't think I'm a man fan, okay? Check my channel also. Check it out, check out the trends or whatever, the patterns of the videos that I push. I try to variate as much as I can, have a variation of topics concerning fighters and a variation of fighters on my channel that I talk about. So check it out, scroll on my channel. You'll see I don't talk too much about Canelo, really, not too much. In a balanced manner. And why am I talking about him right now? Because this caught my attention, and it's not just about him, it's also about Frank Sanchez, which is why you see him both in the thumbnail. It caught my attention because we know that, Frank Sanchez has been in the ring for a minute, in the Canelo gym, for a minute, training with Canelo. I've said this so long ago, man, concerning, the Canelo gym. Oscar Valdez, ever since he switched to Eddie Reynoso, if I'm not mistaken, I think Robles was his trainer before Reynoso years ago. And ever since, Valdez switched to Eddie Reynoso, training under him and training side by side with Canelo in the Canelo gym, you can see considerable changes in, Oscar Valdez, especially with the wonderful display, that he showed the world against Burchell. I mean, that was just like the cherry on top concerning, Oscar Valdez's abilities and skills under Reynoso, man. Great stuff, and I know, check out my channel. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new, you got to check it out. You got to research my channel, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I definitely criticize Oscar Valdez and the whole methamphetamine, whatever the heck that was. I criticized it, okay? I didn't like it, okay? So I'm 100 with all these guys, you know what I'm saying? But I also exalt, their accomplishments and qualities, definitely. So, but why I'm saying this is because of this. Like Oscar Valdez, you got Frank Sanchez, heavyweight, and he's under, Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso, man, salute to Eddie Reynoso. I've been saying it for a minute. He's a really good coach, man. Really good coach, smart trainer, intelligent trainer, man. You know what I'm saying? Along with a lot of other trainers out there that are really intelligent. Frank Sanchez, we just talked about, the heavyweight division recently on, my live sessions, my recent live sessions, because of his fight, definitely, against Christian Hammer. Which was a replacement, whoever he was going to fight before that. I forgot, man. I'm sorry with the names. I think it was Negron or something like that. He had to, he pulled out because of COVID or whatever. Now Christian Hammer or what have you, right? Fought Efe Ajagba, nice win. Very, just Frank Sanchez, man, his skills are really, really, I really like his skills as a heavyweight too. Watch out for Frank Sanchez, man. And I really haven't considered him too much, honestly. I like the Efe Ajagba performance. However, I think he could have, done more in his offense. With the skills he has, he could have done more in his offense. Kind of like when, Shakur Stevenson fought that Nakatali, however you pronounce that guy's name. I think in that performance that Shakur Stevenson gave, I think he could have done more in his offense. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot more in his offense. And he did that when he fought Herring, which was just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Shakur Stevenson, man, that was one of my favorite, that's my favorite fight of all, when it comes to Shakur Stevenson performances, and he got that belt from Herring. Great fight, man. So I kind of thought that with Frank Sanchez, I think he could have done more against Efe Ajagba. But my point in saying all this, man, is that, those who are in Canelo's camp, Shakur Stevenson, as a matter of fact, man, he loves Canelo. I think Canelo invited Shakur Stevenson to train under, Eddie Reynoso but Shakur Stevenson has his thing, he has his team, and I don't think he has Bud Crawford also, if I'm not mistaken, they train sometimes side by side. So I think, Shakur Stevenson's set. He has the right team around him, you know what I'm saying? And he has the skills and talent, but maybe eventually he'll probably go, and it was a while ago. I just don't remember. I think Canelo did invite Shakur Stevenson. And these are some things I want to highlight, okay? I know it, and I've addressed it before, man. I've addressed it before, okay? I have addressed it before. Please, you got Andy Ruiz in the camp also, and what a isn't that ironic, right? You got Frank Sanchez and Andy Ruiz, right? I don't know if Andy Ruiz is pretty constant and consistent when it comes to Canelo camp, because remember, ladies and gentlemen, in Eddie Reynoso's team and his the fighters that he trains, they have that culture, and that's what we're going to see in a moment. They have that culture of discipline, dedication, and freaking, hard work and dedication. Like, Mayweather, man. Hard work, dedication. That's what it's about. You can't go around that, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I exalt these qualities, man. I have to. And it's coming out of Frank Sanchez's mouth. And I've said it a long time ago. I've said this since I got a video. Check it out, the thumbnail, right? It's Zab Judah and Mayweather. It talks about, when Zab Judah, he was interviewed, whatever. The link in the description in that video. I just forgot which source it came from, but it's there. You check it out on my channel. The link is there. And, Zab Judah, man, he described, he was in an interview and he described, the work ethic that Mayweather had, man. And we cannot negate that. It's not, Mayweather, his skills, his talent, and also his work ethic, a lot has to do with his work ethic, got him to where he got in his career. We cannot ignore that, ladies and gentlemen. And in any fighter, you know what I'm saying? And Canelo and his camp, the team there, they have that same mentality. They have that same mentality. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, and it wasn't hating, just shush with that stuff, okay? Go somewhere else with that when people think it's hating. It's constructive criticism, and that's what I do. And that's what Canelo did just recently. That's exactly why he said what he said about Ryan Garcia. Come on now. That he got to take the sport more seriously, man. Focus more. That's what Pitbull Cruz just said also about Ryan Garcia. Come on now. You can't, that's the ridiculousness of this day and age. You speak truth and you speak what it is. No, you're hating now and you're a racist. And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Go somewhere else with that, you know what I'm saying? Pitbull said the same thing about, Ryan Garcia. He just focuses on Instagram and just wants to be an actor. That's another video, but it intertwines with what we're talking about. And that's exactly why Canelo said that about Ryan Garcia, his own, associate, friend, or whatever. They spent a lot of time together in training camp and stuff like that, but Canelo himself said it, constructive criticism, and it's just professional criticism, that you got to focus on. And the people around, that's what I'm saying, people around, and the culture that the Canelo camp has, Eddie Reynoso camp, whatever you want to call it, they got that mindset. They're serious, they're focused, they're not playing games. And I know, I got to point this out too, like I was going to say a moment ago, that I know that a lot of people say that they're all cheats, they're all drug cheats, they're all popping, and ever since that so-and-so went in their camp, now look at his muscles, and look at Ryan Garcia, he just posted a photo, and look at his muscular, ever since he came into Canelo camp, now he's all muscles and ripped, and he's taking that clan. I get it, man, I understand that, but I'm not even going to get into that talk, I'm just going to see what my eyeballs see. I'm not a freaking scientist, I got to make that clear too, I've said it so many times too, I'm not a freaking scientist, I'm not a professional. I don't do the drug testing. I'm not in WADA, whatever the heck, these, alphabet organizations are called to test and to, validify or to, you know what I'm saying, pass or not pass a fighter in their freaking drug tests. Seems like people out there and boxing fans are turning into that, you know, like, oh, he tested 0.200 and he's, you know, clean, or I don't freaking know. All I know is that when information comes out from valid sources and from these, you know, organizations or what have you, when they pop dirty, they pop dirty, they pop dirty, and that's it. Whatever. I don't get into all the whole thing. I'm not in the freaking laboratory, and I don't, you know, try to protect a fighter. No, it is what it is, okay? So anyways, but I'm not going to also go to the other extreme. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go to the other extreme and say that, oh, everybody in Canelo's camp, they're all cheaters, and they're freaking, you know, they're popping drugs, and, you know, they're getting that PEDs or whatever the heck these chemicals are called, you know, to get the advantage in fights. I don't necessarily think it's like that, okay? So you know, I just want to get that aside, right? So we got to respect that, though, you know, and this is exactly what Frank Sanchez talks about. And this is why I think, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I'm mixing both here. And we're going to see in a moment what Frank Sanchez has to say. But, you know, Frank, I think he has a wonderful career in his future in the heavyweight division. I think there's going to be changes in the heavyweight division. I pushed a video the beginning of this year, the first quarter of this year, talking about how I think the, you know, heavyweight division is going to change. There's going to be some changes, big changes with the top champs. I don't see them fighting for so long, okay? Maybe some more than others, maybe some less than others, okay? But, you know, I think Frank Sanchez, he has there's a big possibility, man. He can go to the top. He can make it to the top. But it's tough. There's some tough names up there, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, now that he's under Eddie Reynoso, and look how he's fighting, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a coincidence. Yeah, he comes from the Cuban school and yada, yada, yada. I know that. But, you know, he has Eddie Reynoso and Canelo in this camp and all these other guys, you know, in the team. They're focused, man. You know, they're growing. And a lot of fighters out there aren't really doing that. It's just a fact here, ladies and gentlemen. When they fight, you know, they take their camp, 3-month camp, 4-month camp, and they fight, and then another vacation for a year. You know, it's just not, you know, for me, that doesn't cut it. You know what I'm saying? Let's check out what Frank Sanchez has to say. Interesting stuff. You already know, right? Link in the description, boxingscene.com, and, you know, you check it out. Okay, so it says here, you know, the article says it's interesting, man. Very interesting what, you know, Frank Sanchez has to say. Canelo's stablemate, sparring partner, Frank Sanchez says Alvarez could win heavyweight title. Whoa. So it says here, Frank Sanchez is high on stablemate and sparring partner Canelo Alvarez's future beyond the super middleweight division. The undefeated Cuban, okay, blah, 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 yeah. Okay, so it says here, quote, okay, check this out. I've sparred with Canelo. I can tell you with the utmost confidence that Canelo has heavyweight power. Wow. He can handle cruiserweight, and in my opinion, he could be a heavyweight champion if he puts his mind to it. Now, he sparred with them, ladies and gentlemen. You see, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is no joke right here. You're talking about a heavyweight, you know, sparring with small Canelo. Man, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. And he's saying that he has heavyweight power. It kind of reminds me of, people talking about Tank Davis. They say the same thing about Tank Davis, man. Maybe not necessarily heavyweight power, but, you know, whatever fighters who have fought him from high, you know, heavier divisions who have sparred, you know, with Tank say he has power that's freaking out of this world. It's kind of similar. So this should be considered, you know what I'm saying? So he sparred with Canelo, tells him that he has heavyweight power, says that he has heavyweight power, and it says here, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Canelo is an absolute stud. He's very serious and very respectful. This is what I want to highlight also. He's very serious and very respectful, both with me and his work ethic. The biggest lesson that I learned from him is the fact that it doesn't matter whether you're training or you're inside of the ring. That you got to be serious about your craft, ladies and gentlemen. That you got to follow it with passion. I respect that, man. That's the main thing that I took away from being around Canelo. Something that I appreciate a lot. You see, I've talked about that several times and highlighted that. And not only Canelo, but other fighters out there that have that type of work ethic, which is not common. It's not common. Certain fighters out there have this kind of work ethic, passion for the sport. You see it, but what happens? We talked about it so many times. The complacency, the success, the money, blah, blah, blah. The fame, it gets to these fighters and they just get complacent. And then they lose the drive. They lose the passion. And what happens? They got these freaking long layoffs and then they start, you know, it's just not, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Frank Sanchez, he got. That's the main thing he took from Canelo. Now, I want to, you know, mix in two things here. Now, you know, Frank Sanchez says that that Canelo has the potential, man, or what have you, if he puts his mind to it, to you know, get a heavyweight title. Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But who the heck am I to say that? You know, for all we know, Canelo can taste that. You know, Canelo and his team, they're just, you know, they're talking a lot. I mean, obviously, I don't even have to say that he's not, you know, walking the walk. Of course he is, you know, undisputed 168, whatever, right? I've explained that many times on channel 2, that, you know, giving his credit, definitely. But we don't really know, like, is he gonna really go to cruiserweight and fight this Makabu guy? Because we just recently heard that, you know, he's possibly gonna go to, you know, light heavyweight and clean out that division. Maybe the Makabu guy is gonna be set aside. Who the heck knows? What if, I mean, that's a possibility. Frank Sanchez is saying it. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Of course not. He's just speculating and saying things, right? But for all we know, man, he might surprise the world. Canelo might surprise the world and go to heavyweight and get a title. I doubt that happens, because even though Frank Sanchez says, you know, in sparring he has heavyweight power, but I really don't see that, because you got just one name pops out, ladies and gentlemen. And I've said it before these guys even come out and say it, because logic and coherency, that's why in the introduction of this channel, ladies and gentlemen, I always say, you know, Renee Boxing is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in a level-headed, coherent fashion. You know, it's just coherent and logical. You know, one of the names that pop up, and like I said, I gotta repeat this, Eddie Reynoso just came out and said, you know, Canelo's never gonna fight Usyk, and that's what I said not too long ago, but when it came to, I said it when Usyk came out and said, oh, I'll go down in cruiserweight and fight Canelo. When this whole announcement came out of Canelo going to cruiserweight and fighting Makabu, right? Usyk all of a sudden comes out and says, oh, I'll fight Canelo. I addressed that. You know, I said, they're not going to fight, man. These guys aren't going to fight. Usyk he's just saying that because he wants a paycheck. I mean, I understand that. He just wanted, you know, he's just saying that. And I said in that video, okay, I said in that video that Canelo's probably just laughing about that. He don't care about no Usyk, man. Because Usyk has nothing to offer. And I know it's another debate right there. Because, oh no, Usyk's in his prime, and, you know, Canelo's going to duck him, and blah, 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 if that were to happen. And Usyk has nothing to offer. He don't have no titles in the cruiserweight division. He's in the heavyweight division. So it's just Usyk just said that because he wants a paycheck. And what did Eddie Reynoso come out and recently say? If I'm not mistaken, it was Eddie Reynoso, okay? He just came out and said it. You know, Canelo ain't going to fight no Usyk. That's one of the reasons why, actually, I think, you know, Canelo's not going to fight Usyk also, because that's just a name that pops up in my mind, you know. That's one of the reasons why I think Canelo won't move up to the heavyweight division, because that's just another, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I understand going up to cruiserweight, okay. Makabu, yeah, okay. I mean, I think it's a big jump though. I think that's a big jump, man. I know there are two sides of the spectrum, man, and two extremities, I guess we would say. You know, some people overemphasizing it and saying, you know, Makabu is nothing, and you know, he sucks, and, you know, he's in the cruiserweight division, but nobody knows him. I get it. It doesn't really matter if somebody knows somebody or not. Okay, look, it doesn't matter about the fame. Freaking nobody really knew who Kambosos was, and what did he do to Tio? Nobody really knew who Andy Ruiz was, and look what he did to AJ in the first fight. I mean, you know, the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. You know, these underdogs, I've been saying it so many times. Pitbull Cruz, nobody really knew who he was, and look how he performed against Tank. No, he didn't win. But you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter about the freaking fame. You know, but some people go to the extremities and say that about Makabu. Nobody knows this guy, and he sucks, and, you know, Canelo's gonna go up there and easy win. You know, I don't really think like that, okay? Moving up to freaking, you know, that's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. He just fought at 168. Moving up to cruiserweight, I mean, you gotta fathom that. That's a lot of pounds, man. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. However, that's why I see it out of, you know, it's just a really slim possibility that Canelo would go up to heavyweight. But who knows? Like I said, he could surprise us. If he goes up to cruiserweight, he feels acclimated, and he'll probably go up to heavyweight. But I don't think so, because just the competition there is just, you know, no. Because that's the name that pops out to me, Usyk. If you were to meet Usyk in heavyweight, no. Usyk got the skills and all-around skills ability to beat Canelo, I think. But that's just fantasy stuff. And why am I mentioning this is because Frank Sanchez mentioned it. So, you know. And I want to also, you know, take advantage of this video and talk about Frank Sanchez. So we got here, you know, so that's the main thing that he took from, you know, Canelo. And we go down here, we scroll up just a tad. I mean, you know, and you go on internet and online or whatever and research. So Frank Sanchez is 29 years old. This is another point I want to talk about when we get back to Frank Sanchez, okay? he has a lot of potential because obviously he's in, the Eddie Reynoso camp and what have you, and that culture, Frank Sanchez is adopting. And, with his background already and skills and talent that Frank Sanchez has already, ladies and gentlemen, I think on the flip side, I think Frank Sanchez could win a heavyweight title. Why? Because look at this. You scroll down, it says here, if you ask Sanchez, who's ranked number 5 by the WBO and WBC and is fresh off a decisive win, okay, Epic Jogma. By the time you read this, he already fought Christian Hammer, whatever. He said, look at this. He says, quote, I don't see why it can't happen next year. Sanchez said, I know that I have made that leap, that quality leap into the elite level of heavyweight fighters. I'm ready to face absolutely anybody, and I think that the world title shot should be able to come sometime during 2022. So this is something else I want to mention here. Frank Sanchez is 29, okay? Now, I know that's a debatable thing right there too. I mean, everything's debatable, whatever. Even truth and facts are debatable. What? But, a lot of people say out there that, Frank Sanchez is older than what he is. Kind of like what Luis Ortiz, I think they're claiming him to be like 30 or something. I don't know, man. But, just a facial thing. I don't know if it's a genetic thing also. Maybe Cubans look older than they are. I don't know. Maybe that is it. Frank Sanchez apparently is 29. Let's just base it off of that. Okay, that's what information says. So I'm just like I said, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people want to turn into these experts and, they know the whole biography of somebody and they're their freaking relative and they live with them all the time. I don't know, man. I just speak as a fan. Gosh. People take it too far, man, take it too serious, but I'm just gonna base it off of what paper says, okay? He's 29, okay? Hey, we gotta be factual though. We gotta admit it. Some people look older than what they are sometimes because of genetics and whatever. So Frank is 29, Sanchez. He has several years in the future. He has several years in the sport, and how he looks, ladies and gentlemen, he could possibly get a title in the heavyweight division, So I kind of want to flip it and say that Frank Sanchez, man, I think he has a pretty good shot at being a heavyweight champ. Now, he said that he's ready for elite level now. I don't necessarily think that. But maybe in 2022 he can get a shot. But remember, these names are no joke, ladies and gentlemen. These names at the top, they're no joke. And the names in the heavyweight division, and these prospects that are coming up also, these other prospects out there, it's no joke. But I do think, man, Frank Sanchez, because of all that I explained in this video, and it's not just Canelo, but understand, he's in the Canelo camp. And I personally don't think Frank Sanchez is popping something. Like I said, some people go a little too far and say, now Frank Sanchez is dirty, he's popping, all these guys are popping in the Canelo gym. I don't necessarily think that, okay? I think Frank Sanchez, man, the skills that he has and the abilities, and especially now under Eddie Reynoso, ladies and gentlemen, I think Frank Sanchez has a really good shot at being a heavyweight champ soon. Maybe in 2022, who knows? It's a possibility because there might be changes, in the heavyweight division. So as far as, if Deontay Wilder's going to continue, is he going to retire? Who knows? By the time I post this video, he's probably going to come out and say, or there's probably going to be information saying, it's official, Wilder has a fight in March. I don't know, man, because that's how boxing is. You push a video and freaking, right when you push the video, there's something new based off of what you just said, okay? What you just posted. So that's boxing. And that's why there's so much things to talk about all the time. So I kind of want to flip the script on this. I know that Frank Sanchez is speaking very, high of Canelo. I understand that. He's in his camp, but I just don't think that. I kind of disagree with Frank Sanchez in that Canelo can get a title in the heavyweight division. It's just too tough, man. I think that these names in the heavyweight division, even prospects, it would be too tough for Canelo, man. And that power, ladies and gentlemen, and I know Frank Sanchez said that Canelo hits like a heavyweight, but heavyweight division, ladies and gentlemen, that's no joke. Just the jump between cruiserweight to heavyweight, that's huge. That's why what Usyk did, man, against Anthony Joshua. So that we can just put these freaking excuses to the side. A lot of people try to, baby fighters. They try, and I've said it months ago, man. A lot of people try to baby these fighters. Try to baby Rigondeaux. Moving up to fight Lomachenko. You freaking lost because skills pay the bills. It doesn't matter. Tank, there's no excuses. Tank moved up to 140. Look what he did against Barrios. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, fighters move up. Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. Let's stop babying these guys. You know what I'm saying? Why am I saying this? Is because Usyk moved up also to heavyweight division. Look what he did to AJ. You know, he went to heavyweight division and freaking beat him, and skills pay the bills. And he beat him in an impressive fashion, man. Smaller guys move up too, and they win. So we cannot, you know, let's just stop babying these guys and giving excuses. Oh, Rigondeaux, man, he was a smaller guy, and yeah, skills pay the bills, and that's it. And I've been saying it for so long. You know, it is what it is. However, okay, I just don't think, man, Canelo. I kind of disagree with. I disagree with Frank Sanchez on this one, and I know he's speaking highly of him and stuff, but then again, man, like I said, Canelo, if he does this whole Makabu venture stuff and he beats him, maybe he'll contemplate it. And you know what? I'm gonna go up to heavyweight. I mean, maybe he will. Canelo, I mean, he got skills. Everybody knows that, and I don't think that's debatable. I don't think that's really debatable, ladies and gentlemen. And I have never knocked Canelo on his skills. Never. You know, you check my channel out, and all these guys out there that are weirdos that, you know, try to, you know, nitpick everything that somebody has to say, you can do that and check out my channel. I've never criticized Canelo's skills. Heck no. Maybe the flat-footedness I have before, but, I mean, he makes it up with his upper body, you know, his upper body movement, you know, his feints. I mean, just amazing stuff, man. I love watching him fight, even though I have criticized him some time ago. But hey, he's proven it to me, man. He's proving it. So, for all we know, Canelo moves up to heavyweight and gets a title there, but I don't think so. However, I think Frank Sanchez can, because I got to conclude with this. A lot of these fighters, you know, they're just getting too complacent, man, with a little success. And, you know, I hope Frank Sanchez adopts holistically and wholeheartly this culture and this work ethic. And I've said it again. I say it one more time. Zab Judah expressed that, and I even made a video about it, and I included other fighters who have this type of work ethic, who have this type of passion in the sport, you know, who are dedicated 100%. And those are the fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the fighters who stand out in the sport. It is what it is. It's not just talent that gets you far. It's not just skills that get you far. It has to combine like ingredients in a cake or in a meal. These ingredients have to combine with work ethic, hard work, and dedication. Mayweather said it perfectly. Renee Boxyoung, I appreciate each and every one of you. What do you guys think? Do you think Canelo can move up to the heavyweight division and get a title there? It sounds like I'm laughing about it, and it's laughable, but who knows, right? I doubt it. I doubt it, ladies and gentlemen. I doubt it. You know, it just depends, though, in the time frame he moves up, if he does that. If Canelo does contemplate moving up to heavyweight division in the future, he's still young, man. So it just depends on the time frame. Are these names going to still be there? That's another thing we've got to consider. Sometimes fighters choose the right opportunistic time, you know, the right time to move up in a certain division to get a title. And y'all know what it is. It is what it is, man. Strategic moves. That's what a lot of fighters do too, man. Fighters do that. Come on now. Champs do that too. Not all of them, but some do that. Let's just be realistic. So if Canelo were to move up soon, if you were to beat Makabu, moves up, you know, while Fury's there, while Wilder's there, while, you know what I'm saying? Some of these names, Usyk is there. No. You can mark my words on that. No. But I know it sounds like fantasy talk, but that's why I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe in the future, if, you know, Wilder retires, Fury leaves, you know, Usyk, I don't know about that one. But, you know, there are a lot of belts out there, so maybe he'll, you know, maybe there will be a weaker champ, and maybe Canelo can get a title there. However, I think Frank Sanchez, he definitely can get a title, you know, but we'll see, man. I'm really interested in Frank Sanchez's future in the sport of boxing, in the heavyweight division. So what do you think? You think Frank Sanchez can get a title soon in the heavyweight division? Go ahead and comment there, you know, in the comment section. Definitely. Thanks so much, man. Renee Boxyoung, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about the sport of boxing in level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. If you love the sport of boxing, go ahead and subscribe here, man. I'm telling you, we're growing, we're doing new things here, man. We just love the sport of boxing. We don't complicate life. We don't war with other people. Ain't got no time for that, but I do have time to talk about sport of boxing with you. So definitely, man, hit the notification bell so you know when I do these flash lives, you know, premieres such as this, etc., man, when I push content. Renee Boxyoung, peace out. Stay safe.
knock you out.